Hey, what's up, guys? It's Dave from Hat Foundry. I'm going to show you real quick how you set up your artboard for UV printing. It doesn't matter if you're UV printing on a Mamaki, a LogoJet, um, or a Chinese printer. The way you set your artboard up is pretty much the same on all of them. All right, so you see in Adobe Illustrator, I have my artboard set to the size of my canvas. So my piece of leatherette I'm going to print on is 24 by 12, so that's what I have it as. Some UV printers, you might need to swap these two numbers around depending on your printer. So once you have that set, you come over to your layers and you're going to need 4 layers on your file. Some layers you only need 3, but I put 4 on mine for the texture layer even if I'm not going to use it. Layer 1 is your artwork. Layer 2 is going to be your cut layer. Layer 3 is your build layer, your texture, and layer 4 is your registration marks. Okay, the first thing I do is I add my registration marks. I do 3 registration marks, and they're just crosshairs, um, simple, easy to do registration marks. I fill mine with gray. It's easier to see the red dot that way. Let me zoom in here so you can see. And then we just take the line tool, line segment, and we put line segments on this thing. So just like this, you hold in the shift key to make a straight line. Get your center point. Again, holding the shift key. You don't have to be perfectly center. You select all and then center it this way. And now you have perfectly centered crosshairs. You don't want to leave the black. You want to switch this to white. Okay, if you have this as black, it's not going to reflect. It's going to be hard to see where you're lining your dot up at. So that's your registration mark. I've seen people with all kinds of different registration marks for light burn, print, and cut. And then they're making posts about why their registration's off. This one here is going to give you an exact print and cut every time, no questions asked. So I group this together. I put one up here. And then I put one all the way down in this bottom corner too. And you can get away with just these 2. If you need to, you can add another one. You can put one here in the bottom. And then instead of this one down in the bottom, move this to the top. So we'll just put that all the way at the top. And then when you do your print and cut, some people have a hard time. You can print and cut half a sheet at a time. And then rather than having to line up registration marks all the time, you can do this registration mark. You can do this registration mark. And then when you go to do this half of your sheet, you can keep this registration mark and just move this registration over to here. It'll save you time from having to line up again. So once you do that, that's basically your template for your print and cut. What I do is I've got one saved, but if you hit File, Save as Template, and you can see, you can save it right here. Is whatever you want to save it as. And then when you go to do a new print and cut file, you can just hit File, New from Template, UV Sheet, and it's going to load one up for you. Ready to go. And now you don't have to set that up every time. You just drop your artwork in, you make your cut lines, and then you drop your build artwork in if you have that. And that's all there is to setting up the print and cut file in Illustrator. If you have any questions, you can leave them in the comments. You can go back and check my other videos. I got some good tips on doing your artwork and getting your cut lines. Here in a little bit, we'll start doing some tutorials on building your patches and your artwork for your patches. All right then.